This is the first podcast, so welcome back to our podcast. If you haven't been on before, this is the Johnny Foote and Matthew Foote podcast. Matthew, this podcast might be short-lived because Matthew's actually heading on a mission pretty soon. So
we'll see. Maybe I'll stick around if this goes well.
If it goes viral, he'll stick around. Hey, who knows? So yeah, like and subscribe, comment. We're trying to blow this thing up. We need this kid to stick around because he's the only way that we're going to be having a podcast. I'm just going to share some things that are on my mind. So I started doing this like new routine, and I feel like that's like everybody ever, is that, I have no idea what he's doing, but he'll probably hop back in the frame. I've been like just waking up like super early, and this isn't like just another riff on like, hey, this is like 10 hacks to like help your life and like it'll make you way better. This is like, dude, I've been feeling it, but it's basically I've been waking up right now. I set this goal beginning of the year, New Year's resolution. All right. I've been waking up at 4:30, go to the gym, new life, new me, change my life. And I'm thinking like that's going to be great. Matthew, what do you think about it?
I think it's really easy for people that have certain things like a circadian rhythm that aligns with that, and it's easy to project it to everyone else and say,
dude, what are you talking about?
You're not doing enough. But honestly, whatever works for you. I wake up at 9 o'clock, go to my first period, and it's great.
Yeah.
And I get enough sleep in, and I think that's what matters, is figure out what works for you. And nobody really knows.
This is why we have two people on the podcast, though, because
I'd like to add some nuance to this conversation. And not just make this a one-sided train.
This is okay. That's great. Hey, and I actually agree with that. And Alex Hermosi would agree.
Now you agree with that.
No. Backtracker. Well, if everybody has the right thing for them, the thing that's for me is right.
We're just trying to get a 360-degree perspective.
Okay. Well, Alex is basically saying you look at all the successful people in their lives. The one commonality between them is that there's no like set schedule, like it's different for everybody. Everything works for everybody. I would agree with that. Like I literally have found like, why does it work for me to wake up so early? Because if I wake up late, it just like reminds me of like how lazy I am. And that it reminds me that I'm not on top of things. Yeah. Some people can just wake up and they're like, I'm on top of it. Right. Doesn't matter what's how I'm on top of it.
That gives us an indication that this is really an identity problem. This isn't a physical problem.
If
you struggle with identity, then waking up early might be for you. But if you're a mere mortal like the rest of us,
then
you'd recognize that the only true wisdom,
bro really just pulled out the 50 caliber sniper, but then he proceeded to put incendiary rounds in there and say, that's hardcore, man. So. Yeah, I'm just trying to do something with my life, and I don't know what the rest of you guys are doing out there.
Really quick,
So, well, let's just hear a little bit on discipline, then.
On discipline.
I'm just curious, man. Like, I don't think discipline is on a set schedule.
Yeah, I think a lot of what we conflate with discipline is actually environment design. Like a lot of people, if you can set up your environment in the right way to make things frictionless, to make them easy, you not just yell this like, have more discipline and your life would be better. Because that's like easy to say, but hard to do. But I think some more practical things are just like getting rid of environmental cues in your life. Clean up your bedroom. That takes some discipline. Get rid of environmental cues. Get rid of everything that you can. And then it'll just make it easier to stay focused and not have all of these distractions everywhere, just with time management. And I'm saying this from a point of like, we say the things that we need to hear. So I'm just echoing this for myself.
Yeah.
But
what do you feel like you suck at most in life right now? Like, what do I'll answer this next. We're just throwing this out here. I think it's good to kind of things of it.
I'm going to flip the question a little bit.
Okay.
And say, what do I have the most room to improve?
Okay, there we go.
Just to approach this from
we never want to just like take on the challenge.
A more positive frame. I think we need to add nuance to the discussion for more sensitive users that might struggle with identity issues.
Whoa. Okay.
I would say that I need to work on being able to focus even if I don't have all the time in the world. If I only have 15 minutes, that's good enough, and I don't need to have all of this startup cost, the best situation for getting or the best, what is the quote?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it's like David Goggins or whatever. He's like, yeah, the best way to like start is to like just do it, or like just start, you know.
Yeah, we'll find the exact quote.
He's gonna find the quote. He's gonna find the quote, and it's gonna change your life, you know, because I just said it, and now we're gonna hear it. But yeah, man. So I'm in college right now, just chopping through the classes. It's dog eat dog world out there.
Okay, I found the quote. The best, or it just says, starting is the perfect condition. So I think that's important to realize, is that like if you want to get stuff done, starting is the perfect condition. You don't need all these other conditions to get started. And that's one thing that I need to work on, is I'm always like, nah, like it's 15 minutes. I don't have time. It's between mission prep or life prep and dinner. And you just like, you're in between things, and it's hard to segment your time, sit down and just be focused. But starting is the perfect condition. And that's one thing I found interesting.
Dude, I agree with that. And I'm also like gonna agree with the part of like totally sucking with that. The thing I need a lot of improvement with is like literally just like starting things. Like I remember it wasn't more than like a day ago that I was like, oh, I need to like work out. I need to do this and this and this. And like the most important thing I need to do today is study for this test, but I'm going to do it after my 5-hour routine of like whatever. And then I was finally like, no, you just need to start. I was like, you literally don't even need your laptop. You can just hop on your phone, and you can like, the exam guide is right there, and you can just go.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also important to like, what is your incentive for doing this? What is your incentive for going to college? What is your incentive for doing your homework? Charlie Munger once said, show me the incentive and I'll show you the outcome.
Words of wisdom, man.
Words of wisdom coming from Charlie Munger, who recently passed away at the age of 99.
RIP. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Warren Buffett coming after you.
Dude, talking about Warren Buffett, his net worth is blowing through the roof. You know,
it's just steadily increasing at 10% a year. Okay, man.
Okay. Yeah.
Blowing through the roof. Yep. Overnight success that took 60 years.
Okay.
This guy.
Yeah. All right.
Just add some nuance to this discussion.
It's great. It's great. So, yeah, no, this is great because I really don't get this much pushback in the real world.
Yeah.
It's not until I come to my own kid that like,
well, people that care about you the most are the ones that are willing to give you pushback. You know, that's why they'll never believe a prophet that came from their own land. That's why they didn't believe Jesus, and they pushed him out. His own brothers didn't believe him. Luckily, I believe in you.
I wasn't sure what I was supposed to be getting out of that. It's great doing this podcast with you, but I have no self-belief in you. Well, you know, I heard this the other day too. There was this guy, his dad just said like,
what did he say?
He said, you'll never be successful.
No, he said
me. No.
I'll tell you what he said.
No, you don't know what he said. I'll tell you what he said. He said, you will never be successful without me. And this just like ate at the kid. The kid was just like fuming with this. But the reason that dad said it.
Name the kid. Prove it. Prove it.
Okay, it was on Alex Ramosey's podcast. It was a friend of Alex. And it was the guy that Alex was interviewing. His dad said this to him. But for the sake of it, we can just use it as like an anecdote. Okay?
I'll tell you what some kid said. He said there's two types of people that emerge in society. There are storytellers and then there are preachers.
Okay. Let me just share my story, man.
Oh,
he said, you'll never be successful.
We're storytelling now. We're not preachers.
Okay. It's fine.
Okay. I'll let you preach. I mean, storytell.
It's just to make a point, man.
Okay.
Like he just said, you'll never be successful without me for the 4th time. And this like ate at the kid, and the kid like totally went and like was super successful because he knew he got that dog in him.
He was optimistic about the world. He realized that nobody makes statues of critics.
Dude, you just like never know where I'm going, and it like hurts every time. Like literally every time, I realize that the pessimist gets nowhere. I'm trying to make a good point, and you like derail it every time. Yeah. Dude, you just like burn every good ship in life. I'm sorry to say that to you, but you like literally told me earlier that like,
hey, the guilty find the truth to be hard.
What if I'm not the guilty?
Speaking of burning, let's say there's 2 utopian worlds. One where they burn all the books and one where the information is so abundant that nobody likes to read books anymore. And I think that is where we're heading as a society. Anything you'd like to add to that?
Dude, that was so deep. It was so deep. I no, that reminds me. Because you know what? This is actually I think this is what we're gonna name the podcast.
We're gonna name it ADHD.
We might just name it
ADH. We're gonna name it ADH 4K.
AD4K. Because what do they call it? ADHD. AD4K.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. I like ADHD, but we'll put the HD as like a. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, we'll put the 4K after.
As a subscript.
Yeah, because this like. In case you haven't noticed already, there's no content to the podcast. It's just two guys talking about whatnot. So, how many hours of homework you got?
I don't know, but what I do know is we don't know. That's deep. That's from Socrates.
Dude, do you think it's like worth studying the life of Jeff Bezos and like Elon Musk religiously?
Oh, I do religiously. I do every single day. Keep up on his.
Dude, I think you would you like genuinely, I think maybe would you say you spend more time than you do in the scriptures?
Yeah, probably. That's accurate.
I'm just saying, like, some people are like, you know.
Well, okay. Counter to that.
This is not a counter. This is just, this is just throwing this
percentage. This is your life, and this is gospel. Okay, life, gospel. Let's say it's 90% life, 10% gospel.
Why are we
give 10% to the Lord?
Okay, why are we putting them in two different buckets? What if the life is gospel? Gospel is life, man.
This is terrible, Colin. And what I'm saying is that maybe Elon is like 30% of that day. And so
Elon Musk is 30% of your day.
30% of the
Hey, Mom, thanks for raising me. Elon Musk makes up 30% of my day. My family makes up 5%.
I'm saying content-wise, that's what he makes up. Some people like to blow things out of proportion.
Oh my God.
Usually comes back to an identity thing where they feel uncomfortable in their own skin.
Okay.
Nonetheless, I'm just saying that
I'm 60% myself. 30% Elon Musk. 5% will. 50% concentration.
No, I think we just need to study
dedication.
Greats. We need to study the Thomas Edisons. We need to study the Da Vinci's. We need to go forward in time. Say we're the 25th generation right now. What ideas changed the 21st century? Like, and that's
study Thomas Edison.
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
All these people.
Yeah. Study them,
dude. Study them.
And what are the common threads between them? What are the common threads?
They're old.
They're dead.
They're dead.
There's one place where all the greatest people are gathered.
In heaven.
In the graveyard.
That's not a point.
Yeah.
That's not a point.
It is. They're dead.
You know where all good ideas are?
If you want to be spoken about.
You know where all good ideas are? Thought. You'll never have a good idea. God knows about them.
You're right.
You'll never have a good idea yourself.
You're right. I will.
Oh, it's not but it's not a point. It's not. I was just saying that. You know where all the greatest people are? Dead. They're dead. Oh.
This is an interesting thing Alex Hormozy talks about. He says when people give you resistance, go along with it. If people are shutting you down, go along with it. Even more so. He calls it the more so disease. The disease of more so. Whatever people say, more so.
Jocko Willink.
You're a terrible person. You think I'm a terrible person? You have no idea the things I've done. And they're like, okay, I back off. Maybe, okay, whatever.
What is the one where it's like you know, a serial killer is your taxi driver. You get in the car with them and they're like,
I've not heard this.
Well, it's like something funny about how they like look at you and they say something menacing, and then you like,
again, we have thoughts.
You like look at them and then you say, you say like, no, I'm glad that you came, or something like that.
Oh my gosh!
And then like
savage.
Yeah, you just like never know. Well, you were just saying like you just never know what somebody's gone through.
That's
me and my best friend say that all the time. We just say just like that. You get home from the craziest adventure of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I do? I say just like that. I get a drink of water and go stare at the wall. And the people look at me and they think that is the most boring person I have ever seen in my life.
He's really just
But I just did the craziest thing of all time.
You're just resetting your dopamine baseline. You're letting yourself.
Dude, maybe I do every time
Regenerate.
I do something fun, I will go stare at a blank wall.
Because, listen to me. In order to focus,
Dude, don't make yourself above the podcast listener.
in order to focus,
Get down.
you need to have that thing you're wanting to focus on take up more dopamine than the thing you're currently doing, and you'll be attracted to that.
It's so true. How can we? I think we should just like do cool things with our lives, deprive.
Reset. Yep.
You know,
that's how chemicals work.
Right.
They recycle, they upcycle.
go to college, work on a rocket.
No,
Send yourself to the desert
This is
for
a
3
daily cycle. I
Send
would like to
yourself
reiterate.
to the desert for 3 months. Factory reset
How long does it take
to go insane.
to recycle dopamine?
Dude, is going outside not a factory reset?
Okay, it takes 90 days. I've been
90 days, 3 months. That's the summer, man.
basically you'll never.
This summer is a factory reset from your life.
Basically, you'll feel terrible after your wedding. Is what we're trying to say. Because your dopamine will have peaked, and then
It's so true.
in relation,
The honeymoon
to
phase,
that peak is just going to be terrible.
dude, I'm just like thinking of all the ways like my wife is gonna be so let down. She's gonna be so let down.
What? Why?
Why? Hard. Dude, do you not want to be an uncle?
Do I not want to be an uncle?
Dude, do you just like not think my kids are gonna be the coolest kids of all time?
I just
You just think
they'll have.
they will be serving you on a golden platter. They
have-
are so serviceable and so charitable.
They'll have ADHD.
I will. Oh man. Not just ADHD, 88K.
88K in the bank.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's
Anyways, just to recap, I'm going to share a quote from President Monson. He said, "Please do not pray." Oh, there's more. "I plead with you."
don't pray, period. If you're wondering where this advice is coming from, you can know it's good.
Yeah. What a man does in the end.
Read that quote. What did you just have pulled up on your phone?
I don't know.
Humor is the way to show you're smart without your bragging.
It is. It's sophistication. That's why never mind.
It's so true.
Anyways,
I try and throw stuff in the garbage all the time.
yeah. With this garbage content, we know that's what Johnny meant to do all along because of what Socrates says. What a man does in the end, he intended to do all along. That's it for this week. We'll see you guys next time.
Dude, you like just made the whole you just like made it feel like the whole podcast was like it was actually my idea. Because Socrates said it was my idea. All right, we'll see you.